Hi everyone, it's Joanne here from Everyday Alignment, and we're back with another money energy video in this series. And this one is all about an exercise that is so powerful and just feels so good. It's going to seem a little bit wacky if you haven't done things like this before, but it is just a brilliant exercise to do, and you can do it as often as you like just to create great energy around money. And that exercise is to improve your relationship with money. So I've said previously in other videos, if money was a real person, it was stood there and you could actually have a conversation with money, you would see that your relationship needs some serious attention. It needs to be nurtured, just like any other relationship that you have with friends and family and other loved ones, okay? And this exercise is all about writing a love letter to money, okay? No one else has to see this love letter. This is something that's just between you and money to improve your relationship. Now, I first heard about this in a little group I used to be part of, which was all about raising our money energy. I don't think the group exists anymore, but it was just a great exercise. A load of us did it together. And at that time, I even created an email address, and I used to type out my letters to money and I would send it to that email address. Now, if you want to send your love letter to my email address, please feel free to do so. No one else will see it except for me, and it would be great to actually read your love letter that you've written to money to kind of change that relationship, to nurture it, and just to improve your energy with money going forward. So if you're all right with me reading that, then please feel free to send it to the email address, and it's going to be in the description below. So what's going to go into this love letter that you're going to send to money? Well, it's all going to be around just kind of getting out that feeling of, what's not gone right in the past. So just like you would be mending a physical relationship with another person, you might want to start with something like, I know our relationship has been a bit tense in the past. I know that I haven't always appreciated you as I should have done. I know that, up until now, our relationship hasn't always been the best, but I just want to turn this around now. And, the letter can contain some apology to things that you've done in the past. So things like, I'm sorry that I always thought you weren't there for me. I'm sorry that I always saw you as something that was around lack and scarcity, and that I didn't see your true light. I didn't see your true abundance. And then in your letter, you can then go on to just say how you want your relationship to be moving forward, and that you hope that, the money can accept your apology, and that you can create this new nurturing relationship around it. And, just let it flow, and then just let it move in turn. This is how I want it to be moving forward, okay? Such a powerful, powerful experience. So why is it so powerful to do this? Well, one, if you do like to write, and it is, I admit it is easier if you do like to write. If you're not a writer, then, okay, this might not be the best exercise for you. You might want to do it more as a visualization, or you might want to just write a list to money about how you'd like to change your relationship. But for those of you that like kind of the free flow journaling style, writing a letter to money is going to feel so good, because whilst you're writing that letter to money, it's going to actually feel like you're in that moment, that you're totally connected from an emotional level. And the relief that you can feel after you've finished writing that letter just feels so good. You've kind of like, I've apologized for not nurturing our relationship. I've apologized for the way things have been between us up until this point, and this is what I'd like to do moving forward. This is the commitment I make to you, money, for us to have a better relationship in the future, okay? This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to think of you. If you had a real person standing there and you thought badly of it, and you thought, about that person as if they weren't enough, that they were never there for you, that, you're always kind of having a go at them, that person wouldn't be in your life for long. But you know, when it comes to money, it's just such an important relationship. Money is always going to be around us. We're going to be around money from, you know, until the day we pass on until the next dimension, whatever that may be, okay? So, you know, we can't divorce money, we can't break up with it. It's just going to be there all our lives. If we want to live in modern society, we have to accept that money is our form of value exchange. And we can either have a love story with money or we can have a hate story with money. And I know which one I choose. So get your pen and paper out and start writing that love letter to money, and just totally change your relationship. And any time you're feeling scarcity or lack and you just feel like you want to kind of, you know, re-energize that relationship, you can do this exercise again and again and again. It can even form part of your kind of daily, weekly journaling activity, because if each time you know that you've kind of had those feelings of lack, yet you write that letter out to say, I know that earlier this week I had these feelings around this, you know, and I've made this commitment to you. Please be patient with me. I am, you know, I am changing. I'm changing my beliefs around you and our relationship, and I want to nurture that moving forward. So therefore, over the next week, this is what I'm committing to with you. Okay, it's just amazing. Can you imagine how brilliant all our relationships would be if we kind of committed to them in that way? And your relationship with money is one of the most important ones that you'll have in your life. Okay, so enjoy writing that love letter, whether you write it on paper and you just keep it as something for yourself, whether you write it in your journal and that feels good, or whether you use my email and you just want to ping that off to me, you know, knowing that it's safe and that it's not going to go anywhere. And, you know, I can even reply to you from my money mailbox if that's what you want. So until the next video, enjoy creating that love story with money, and I hope you enjoy this exercise. Take care. Bye.